Obi is a man of integrity. If he says it, he will so be it. He will not say he's going to run for 4 years and come tomorrow and tell you that he has a standard.
With 2027 on the horizon, Nigeria's political landscape is already taking shape. At the center of fresh debate is the country's informal zoning arrangements, an agreement aimed at balancing power between the northern and the southern regions. Concerns have emerged that if President Bola Tinubu is not re-elected and another southerner takes over, the south could retain power for an uninterrupted 12 years, sidelining the north in the process. But former Anambra State Governor and Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is pushing back. Speaking on Thursday, Peter said leadership should be about competence, not geography, that Nigeria can be significantly transformed within a single 4-year term.
If Obi is going to run for even half tenure, I believe him. He's a man of integrity. You know, Obi have his own standard. Other people are mentioning Obi with their own standard. But Obi have a standard and everybody know him for integrity.
He stressed that he is not desperate for power and vowed not to seek a second term if elected. In an interview with political analyst Jido Ojo and ADP party chairman Y. Sani, they shared similar opinions, noting that one-term promise seems like a political tool to gain support and that it's not realistic to fix Nigeria in 4 years.
My gut feeling is that Peter Obi is trying to play smart and is acting out of political expediency. He knew that the only chance he has, most viable chance he has left, is in 2027. And he needed to convince the coalition people in ADC that he will, if they can throw their weight behind him, he will do one term so that power can go to the north. He knew right now Labour Party does not have a pathway to making him president. So is the appeal, the carrot that Peter Obi is dangling is, support me, I will just do one term, and by 2031, power can go back to the north. But Stella, we have had this before. See, politicians will only use political party as a platform to win elections. When they win election, they will find out that the seat is hotter than they ever will imagine. Because you have to balance so many interests. You will want to appoint your allies, they will say, no, you cannot do this. You have to balance things. So you have to balance things on religious ground, balance things on ethnic ground, balance things on several other considerations. So at the end of the day, assuming without considering that Peter Obi is the only saint in a cabinet of 40 or 37, how does he want to run the country? He will not be the one to go to Ministry of Defense to sort out issue of insecurity. He will not be the one to go and sit as Minister of Education, Minister of Health, Minister of Agri. So the challenge, if he tries to be his own man, they will impeach him. And that's why 4 years is not enough, because you must learn the politics of it. You have to learn the politics of survival.
Those who are coming out to say, I'll do one term, should perhaps be more sincere with themselves. Because we have seen situations, and if you ask anybody who has been in power before, all from history, if you look at it, especially in our own particular case, as far back as when Gawan was in power, I'm talking about the military now, in the 70s or so like that. So the only reason, one of the reasons why the administration was toppled is because he said the time that he gave to Nigerians was no longer feasible. Up to Obasanjo, who wanted to have third term after doing 2 terms, I don't think I will accept that he's been honest. And it's not only a beat, like the issue of saying I'll do one term, I'm sure it will not fly with many people in Nigeria. That cannot get him the votes that he wants. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say is that the drafters of the Constitution, those who drafted the Constitution, were very much aware that one term is not sufficient for you to really achieve the goals that you may have set for yourself, for the country. You will use this one term to now learn, the ropes to become more informed about the problems challenging the country. And this one term is supposed to make you put together your programs that when you now come for the second term, you have already known the intricacies, you have known the pitfalls, you know the points, the strong, dynamics that are there. And then that will enable you now to really govern and govern properly, because of the magnitude of the problems that Nigeria is faced with. People will tell you, no, give me even 2 years, I'll solve these problems. Yes, it's very easy to say, but to do is not easy, because as you solve one problem, another one is rearing its head.
Interestingly, Peter Obi is not alone in making such a pledge. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has also hinted that he would serve just one term if elected, promising to ensure stability and lead the country through a democratic transition by 2031. Former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amici is also reported to have expressed similar intention, signaling a growing trend among key contenders. This bold declaration has stirred political waters and is also drawing both support and skepticism. However, there are dissenting voices in favor of such pledges. In a private interview, Barrister Fatai Abiodun noted that Peter Obi is a man of integrity and will create lasting change if given the chance.
Mr. Obi could make in his own personal conviction. He said he will use one term. Then leave him alone. That's his own belief. Because other politicians have not been aligned with the agreement in the past, does not justify that a new person cannot fulfill that mandate. So the argument, the plethora of argumentation by the APC ruling party and the likes, countering Obi is uncalled for. The man have said he said he will use only one term. And what I would have done is that they could have asked him, can you swear to an affidavit to it? Can you swear to court to it that if you fail to go for if you rescind on this your decisions, is there an opportunity for you to approach that for your automatic resignation? So those are the things. Probably much Obi have said he can only say he want to serve one term, and let it be. Let it be. He promised that's his own belief, and he believe he can do it. I believe he can do it in 4 years' time. He believe he can do it. But Nigerians, perhaps they may not have any belief. But for me, if someone believes that I can do something, that's why they said the efficacy of a man cannot be tested and confirmed until it has been given a chance to do it.
On the streets, the sentiment is notably different. A cross-section of Nigerians expressed strong support for Obi's promise and leadership style.
It takes a man of integrity. It takes a man with higher audacity like Obi to fix Nigeria in less than 4 years. It is possible. People have done it before, and it can still happen again. The problem of Nigeria is leadership. Once the right person is in leadership, 4 years is even too much to achieve a lot. Obi have his own standard. Other people are mentioning Obi with their own standard. But Obi have a standard, and everybody know him for integrity. I stand with him. If he says he's going to run for 4 years, I believe him. Even if he says he's going to run for 1 year, I believe him.
Obi is not coming to rule Nigeria out of desperation. As a matter of fact, he only wants to show people how to do or how to make Nigeria better. And he steps out. The person who comes in steps into whatever he lives and then makes it better.
And I feel if he comes into seats, Nigeria will move into good shape. But I feel he has done more things for his state. That's why when he was running for the presidency, if you notice, his people from his state and around that his axis, they voted for him because they know what he can do when he comes into power. So I feel, yes, it's possible for him to fix Nigeria within 4 years.
So as I came from the northern part of the country,
I'm not supporting this government to continue. As Peter Obi, as an indigenous of Nigeria or members of the settlers of the country, for my own, he is indigenous, he has right to contest. I can give him a vote.
As Nigeria inches closer to 2027, these promises are likely to become central talking points, not just in campaign speeches, but in the hearts and minds of voters seeking accountability and direction. Peter Obi's one-term pledge may be winning him support on the streets, but critics say promises are not policies. As the political temperature rises, Nigerians are watching closely, hoping for a real change, not just words. Stella Carlo reporting for True Vision TV.